Hi friends, and welcome to the middle of April. It's been a pretty productive month, I have to say. I had to get new eyeglasses, so Joe and I took a drive over the mountain, and this view never disappoints. It's so gorgeous. I love living in the mountains, and I don't think I'd have it any other way, to be honest. We've had a record number of turkey visitors this spring. The other day there were like 3 males, and they were just posturing and doing everything they could to get the females' attention. It was impressive. I've been kind of keeping this little shawl a secret, but I'm happy that it will be released on Easter. This is called the Fruit Stripe Shawl because it reminded me of fruit stripe gum, and it is a simple triangular shawl knit with a bunch of sock yarn mini skeins in fingering weight and some mohair lace. We did a little photo shoot down by the swimming hole. The snow still hadn't melted, but it was really fun. I think you're really going to like this one. It's quick to knit, would make a perfect gift, and is a great size to wear. And the other day I decided to record a short video displaying all of my works in progress. I hope you enjoy it. This is the first time that I have actually recorded a video since you have all signed up for my Patreon channel. So I had to start this video by thanking you. Huge thank you from my heart. I was so humbled and blown away by your support. It means everything to me, and I just know we're going to have such a good time here. So thank you for that. I had to start by telling you how gracious I am for the support. Today we're going to be doing a WIP parade, so a work in progress parade. I have probably 16, this shows 18, but there are 2 that are finished on this list, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I feel like we need to address it. So here we go. The first WIP, work in progress, that I have, my old WIP, is by Jessie May, and it is her little secret, my little secret crop. My little secret crop. Yep, and I am using this blue and purple yarn. So far I haven't gotten very far, as you can see. And I'll show you a picture of what this will look like if I ever get it finished. I must admit this is not my favorite color yarn, so this may end up being frogged. Although I do want a little secret top in a color that I like. So that's the first one. Next we have, in this burlap bag, we have Birds and Ships by Caitlin Hunter. I'll show you a better picture of it here. It's a cute little cowl. I've had this on the needles for a couple of years now, though, and it's not getting that much progress. So here it is. It's in a gray color. I think it's going to be really cute when it's finished. But right now, here's the yarn. I think it's a Knit Picks, nothing too exciting. We'll see. I tried to get this picked up. I tried to pick this up the other day when I was visiting my daughter in Connecticut, and I didn't get very far. Next, in this mushroom bag, we have a pair of Magic Heel socks. One sock. And it's this really cute yarn that I dyed. Oh gosh, it's been a while now since I dyed that. And it has like these neps in it, which remind me of like a raw silk, the yarn. It's really cute. Hopefully you can see that. So I just have to make the second one, and then I'll have a pair of Magic Heel socks. You'll see a theme with those here. Here's another pair of Magic Heel socks. These are in the DK weight and the DK style, which is this textured sort of look, which gets real it looks scrunchy, almost like an 80s kind of sock when they're worn. Yep, I've got one done, one to go. My old pumpkin soap that I offer in my shop. So that's that one. The next one is in this beautiful linen bag that I love, one of my favorites. I tried to knit my youngest granddaughter Blake a bonnet, and I found this pattern for this little bonnet called Estelle. It was a free pattern, and here's a picture of it. It's not the best picture, but it's a bonnet with fabric ties. It's very sweet. However, mine did not come out right. Well, it came out too small is what happened. Here you can see it. Here's the back and the front. I haven't put on the fabric ties yet because I don't have any babies that I can give this to, and it will not fit Blake. It's way too small, so probably get frogged. I knit that with some, I don't know what this is. It's definitely like a worsted weight and double pointed needles. So that's a frog. Put that one over in that pile. Next, in this cute little crow project bag that I love, I am working on another pair of Magic Heel socks. Here is the first sock. So these are scrappy ones. And just, you know, just changed colors, use minis, change colors. And then I have this much done of the second sock. And here we are. So these I'll definitely get finished up. These remind me of little Easter socks, and I think they would be adorable. And they're not too far. I don't have much to go. So those will be finished. Next, in my camper bag, we have a slipper that I started, well, I finished one for Joe in this basic crochet stitch. I don't know. I don't remember too much about it, but it's cute. Here's the yarn I used. This is a really unique yarn. It's 60% New Zealand merino, 25 nylon, 10 alpaca, and 5 silk. So it's really cool. It's a cool one. By Hiku. I don't know if I'm going to. I should just make the other slipper. I wrote down all of like my directions for the first one, so I'll probably finish that. I don't know when. Next is this one. This one I love, and I had forgotten about it, but it's a sleeve for a sweater. This is all I have so far for this. It's a design that I was working on myself. And I love this sleeve, although I do see a small error. But anyway, these were all hand-dyed naturally minis that I had worked on early in my dyeing career. And then I added some mohair, and this is such a cozy looking, feeling sleeve. I really love it, and I don't see why it shouldn't become a cardigan or a pullover. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this though. Is this something you'd like to see me finish? Or should I just leave it as a sleeve? I have all the yarn I need to make the next sleeve. I would have to dye up the yarn this main color here. In between each stripe is this main color. So I would have to dye up some more of that for sure. But yeah, we'll see. I love this though. Let's see. In this bag by my sweet friend Angela, we have another pair of socks in Patton's Croy. Patton's Croy sock is a really hardy, durable sock yarn. If you have not tried it yet, I highly recommend it, and it's not expensive either, which is nice. I'm using double points for this. Here's the yarn. And like I said, that's all I have started so far. These would make a great pair of socks, though maybe for my son. He was asking for a pair for Christmas, so that might be his pair coming up. In my Anne of Green Gables little cute bag, we have another pair of socks in the dreaded 9-inch circs, which I don't enjoy using very much, but obviously I did then. These were obviously going to be, oh, I know, these were going to be leg warmers for probably for Charlie, my oldest granddaughter. And it never happened. Again, this is Patton's Croy sock, which I love, and here's the other skein. So I have to figure out what these are going to become in the end, or I have to tear them out and make socks for the girls with them. Okay, next in this little sheep bag, we have another bonnet. So I tried then to do a different bonnet pattern for my youngest granddaughter, and I found this one for free called Marshmallow on Ravelry. Thought it looked really cute, but this is what it turned out to look like, and that is not correct. I don't know what I did. It almost reminds me of like a little sweater, beginning of a sweater or something. Very strange. Didn't work out. I don't know. I used this pretty wool. I'm going to have to tear that one out. That was a flop. So that will go in my tear out pile. And then this one in this cute pink bag. I used linen quill for this in that pale pink color, which I love so much. A lot of you might know linen quill from the Half and Half Triangles wrap by Pearl Soho, because that is knit with linen quill and everyone is using it. I'm not really a fan of that shawl myself, but I tried to make something that I would like, but I don't. It's too boring and plain, and I don't want to waste that beautiful yarn on it. So that will be torn apart. I got my linen quill for free from the Squam Art Fair and week-long retreat that I went to. They were giving out free skeins, which was so nice. So I have a lot of memories tied into that yarn. Next is this blanket. So I started this one a good year ago and I have not worked on it, but I was going to name it either the Snowy Owl or the Snow Owl, something like that blanket. It's this really pretty ribbed lace, and I'm using an Aran weight undyed tweed merino with undyed silk mohair. And I mean, I think it's a really beautiful blanket. It feels heavenly. Like I have not ever felt anything as soft. My problem is I don't think I have enough yarn to complete it. I have 1, 2, 3, this messy, 4 and a half, 4 3/4 skeins left. And I've already used about 1.5 skeins to get this far. So if this were 4 times larger, is that really going to be big enough? I'm sad to say I don't think it will be. I don't know, let me know your opinion. Each skein, so that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total that I had, which means 188, so almost 1,200 yards. Is that enough for a small throw? I'm not even sure. Sadly, this may have to be torn out and turned into a very beautiful scarf or shawl. We'll see. Okay, we're almost at the end. We have this is my granny stripe blanket. It's another work in progress. Let's see here. I have the progress keeper in that you could see where I was the last time I showed this on YouTube. Yeah, so I've gotten about twice as far, and I'm pleased with the colors. I'm pleased with the way it's turning out. I should have this I'm holding it upside down, but does that really matter? I should have this finished for Christmas. I'm not worried. about that. They go really quickly. They are the easiest thing. If you haven't made a granny stripes blanket in crochet, I highly recommend it. And then I have all of these fun mini skeins in here and some regular skeins of yarn to finish. I have plenty. So that's fun to pull out when I need something that doesn't take a lot of thought. I think that's everything so far. If you're curious about what I'm wearing, this is called Tender-Hearted Tee. If you are in the higher tiers, then you should have already received this pattern for free. I uploaded all of my past patterns, my entire catalog, to the Patreon channel, so you just have to go to it and download the PDF. If there's anything that you would prefer to have sent to your Ravelry page, just let me know. I'd be happy to do that as well. But you do have access already, if you are on one of the higher tiers, to every pattern that I've ever published, including this one, which is Tender-Hearted Tee. One of my favorites. I love the fit of this. It has short rows in the back at the bottom, so it hangs lower than in the front, so I never have to tug at it. It's fingering weight yarn with a little bit of mohair. All of this is just simple texture. This is constructed top-down yoked, so I highly recommend this pattern if you are looking for a simple pullover. I'm also going to try it in the long sleeve. I have two versions in the short sleeve, but I find this to be just such a go-to for me, especially with my hot flashes, because sometimes having a long sleeve just, it doesn't work for me. So that's about it. I just wanted to share with you all of my works in progress that are going on right now as we speak. Some of them will be frogged, many of them will be completed. It was wonderful talking to you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now. Yay! Here you can see me binding off a shawl that I have named the swimming hole shawl. And I'm doing a crochet bind off. I've never done a crochet bind off, at least that I can remember. And I loved this method. I also discovered the crochet cast on, which is equally lovely, and I will be using that in all of my upcoming patterns. If you haven't tried this bind off, I highly recommend it. It was really stretchy and just really neat and lovely looking when I was finished. I was impressed. You can see how it almost resembles I-cord, but much, much easier. To be honest, I've been working on this shawl for, it feels like probably a year, and I'm pretty sure that's accurate. It is a herringbone stitch, the main body, and it's beautiful, and it's almost like a woven texture, which you know already that I love. But it's, you know, it takes a long time. And it's nice though, because this shawl starts out with just a couple of stitches and then slowly grows. And then when you get to the center, it starts to decrease again. And I just loved that part of it. That was like the home stretch for me. And then at the end, I added on this beautiful lace border, which I think really makes the shawl. This reminds me more of a scarf, really. The way that I will probably wear it is just to wrap it around a lot. And I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this one. It's definitely more of a dress-up shawl, I would say, not so much an everyday one. I was having fun up in my studio the other day, just trying to take some video and photos of it. It was pretty hard to photograph, but I thought the colors came out really true in this particular footage. The yarn that I used it was two skeins of fingering weight yarn. I think it was a 75-25 merino nylon, and I used greener shades, which I can talk to you more about later, but they're an acid dye, but they do not have the heavy metals like typical acid dyes have. Anyway, I dyed up these two beautiful skeins in this blue-green color. The next day, Joe and I went down to the swimming hole, which is what this shawl is named after, and we got some photos there. Finally, this is the beginning of a prairie skirt that I am designing. So far I've only done the swatch and a little bit of ribbing just to test it out, but I think it's a go. I'm really excited to see how this turns out, so stay tuned and I'll keep you posted. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you real soon. Bye!